Good evening there, everybody. What is happening? Hopefully, y'all are having a wonderful day today. So, when it comes down to it, I thought, of course, that I would talk about this little topic that I personally found very particularly interesting. This little story right here, and certain people may say, well, in my view, this really isn't a story, but in my view, it is. And a lot of channels that I tend to review here and there, I've reviewed already a couple of them, or I've seen a couple of videos. There's a certain amount of people that are trying to say that this is not a big storyline and blah blah blah. And of course, for those of you that don't know the subject, that don't know the situation, Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence, there's been certain people that have said that they're quote unquote beefing. That's not really something that concerns me about this video. I really don't give a shit about that. What the situation was is that Deontay Wilder, he recently stated overall that apparently I believe on the Jake Paul podcast or the Paul Brothers podcast, he went on there and he stated that he couldn't stand Tyson Fury and that he's a cheater and that they know what's up, that they know what it is. But then of course, a month earlier, when the Fury and Paul fight had happened in Saudi Arabia, he embraced Tyson Fury like there was nothing wrong and like he had never wronged him. Once again, I've already stated this a multitude of times. I've never once believed that Tyson Fury cheated in that Deontay Wilder fight, at least when you talk about the gloves, when you talk about his hand allegedly being lower into the glove, or using egg weights, or, feather dusters, as Tyson Fury would call them, or, removing padding from the glove. I never believed any of that shit. Or poisoning Deontay Wilder, any of that other shit. These are a lot of channels out here, once again, which is why I say you cannot rely on a certain amount of their analyzations, because they will defend their fighters to the death, depending on how logical or how non-logical the analyzation is. And this story right here, a lot of people are trying to make it to where Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder are beefing. To me, that's not really the story. The story is about Deontay Wilder once again living a lie and trying to appease his fan base and trying to appease the people that he knows that he pretty much sticks up for and that he represents, which is that Deontay Wilder, for a lot of these guys on a lot of these channels, he's looked at as the new Malcolm X. He's looked at as a new Black Panther figure. And I was 100% correct on that assertion. I've been alleging this for a couple of years now. And sooner or later, they came out with it. 78 Sports TV, just last year, he stated that we love Deontay Wilder so much because he reminds us of Muhammad Ali. Not only because he's a fighter and because he shows a lot of heart, because of what he also stands for. And I don't really have a huge problem with that. I think Wilder's heart is in the right place. But once again, if you if you allegedly believe that Tyson Fury cheated you so badly, and if you're going to go on this, facade of saying that, oh, well, Tyson Fury, we all know what it is. He cheated me. He put egg weights in the gloves. He did this. He did that. They poisoned me. Blah blah blah. First of all, I don't think Deontay Wilder has ever truly believed that in the first place. And then the reason why I'm saying that is because if Deontay Wilder truly believed that in the first place, he would have fired JD's. He would have fired JD's in the first place because JD's was the one that watched that of Tyson Fury's hand wraps and also watched that of his gloves. So if he somehow snuck in egg weights or if he snuck in something like that, then JD's would have to be at fault. But he didn't fire JD's, he fired Mark Breland. And the reason why I fired Mark Breland is because he was so embarrassed and his pride was so hurt after that first fight, or that first rematch, excuse me, that Mark Breland threw in the towel when really he was the one that was in Deontay Wilder's corner the whole entire time. And a lot of people, they don't truly know, who's truly in their corner and who isn't. You don't get better as a person than a true friend isn't someone that just lies to you. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the times we do try to spare people's feelings, but a lot of these guys, they try to make excuses for Deontay Wilder, and in the long run, it really ended up hurting him because you don't lie to a person, you don't lie to a fighter, you don't lie to someone that you quote unquote love or that you run with in order to hope that they get better. You have to tell them the truth. You have to tell them how to improve. And that's why Deontay Wilder, he was the same exact fighter in the third fight. All right, it just is what it is. But anyways, CHAMPSIDE's going to be talking about it. I thought it'd be very interesting. Look at how emotional he gets, by the way, in this video. Anyways, let's see what he has to say.
Boxing has become the shade room. Gossip girls gossiping. Errol Spence Jr. retweeted a tweet involving Deontay Wilder and the hug heard around the world. And suddenly, everyone is running with Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder are beefing. They don't see eye to eye. Here's what happened.
I don't think that there's really any particular beef between that of Errol Spence Jr. and Deontay Wilder, but I think that Errol Spence Jr., just like I do, I don't think that he likes the way that Deontay Wilder handled that situation. And some people may say, well, who cares? Deontay Wilder handles his situation, like he, wants to. A man should be allowed to make his own decision. What's wrong with that? And I agree with that, but this is a different type of context. This is a different situation. Because once again, you've been alleging for years now that Tyson Fury cheated you. There was egg whites in the glove. There was this. There was that. They poisoned you. Blah blah blah. And you can tell Deontay Wilder doesn't truly believe that shit, but he doesn't really know what hill to stand on. So at times he'll say, "Oh well, Tyson Fury, good fights, and you gave me great lessons." Blah blah blah. That Instagram post that he had after the fight. And then other times he'll completely turn around and say that, well, Tyson Fury, we all know what it is. He still cheats and blah blah blah. But then at the Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury fight, you embraced him when he called out to you. So certain people may say, well, this isn't a big deal. What's wrong with that? He can handle it how he handles it. Listen, I'll just ask you this, and I did a video on this when it first came out. If you truly believe that Tyson Fury ended up cheating you, first of all, once again, I'll ask this question, and I have not been able to get an answer to it so far. Like you got a lot of these guys that think they're super intellectual, and really they're not. They're fucking dense as a rock when it comes down to it, and they're like, oh well, it's clear that Tyson Fury cheated, all sort of shit. Okay, well let me ask you this question: If Tyson Fury did fuck around with his gloves, why was JD's the one not fired, and instead Mark Breland was fired? And as soon as Deontay Wilder heard about the allegations, he said, "Nah, fuck you, JD's, you out of my corner." Because I believe that Tyson Fury cheated with me with those gloves, and you were the one watching them. So what the hell's going on? You must be in on it. But he never did that. He never criticized JD's. He never fired him. So what the hell's going on with that? But instead you fire Mark Breland. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. And secondly, once again, you believe that Tyson Fury cheated you all this time, and he did this, he did that, but then Tyson Fury calls out to you and you embrace his ass? Like, no, dude. And people are saying, oh, well, people are just mad because they didn't throw punches, and they weren't screaming at each other, and people just want to see drama. Ain't nobody was nobody was asking for that. You don't need to throw hands with Tyson Fury. You don't need to do that. But if you truly believe that Tyson Fury cheated you, what the fuck are you embracing him for? What are you hugging with him for? What are you doing a special handshake with him for? What are you smiling with him for? I already brought this example up. Do you think that if Antonio Margarito approached Miguel Cotto anywhere in this world and went up to him and said, oh, hey, Miguel, what's going on? Hey, bro, what's going on? It's been a long time. Do you think Miguel Cotto would embrace him, shake his hand, and smile with him? Or do you think he would say, get the fuck out of my face? You bitch-ass cement-wearing puta. Like, what do you think he would say? Or do you think he would just completely brush him off? I promise you it would be one of the last two options. So people want to make, they want to say, oh, well, people are just gossiping and all sort of bullshit. The story is not really about Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder, quote-unquote, beef, and I really don't give a shit about that. What the story is Deontay Wilder and how he's acting cowardly in this situation because he is trapped in a character because he's trying to appease his pro-black fan base, like that of the 78 Sports TVs, the CHAMPSIDEs, the Dante's Boxing Nations, all those guys. He's trying to appease that fan base because he knows what he stands for. It was almost like Ronda Rousey. She was so upset when she ended up losing that first fight because she had her own constituency as well. But hers was the feminists. Hers was, the women, the feminazis. That's who her demographic was. That's why she was so upset when she ended up losing because she knew she stood for something more, at least to a lot of people. Well, Deontay Wilder has created this character for himself, and now he doesn't really know which hill to die on.
Michael Benson tweeted this: Deontay Wilder on reuniting with Tyson Fury and hugging him at the Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Quote, this is from Deontay Wilder. Quote, I can't stand that MFer. They know what's up. He's a cheater, but Saudi Arabia is a peaceful ground. There's a time and a place. End quote. That was...
Get the fuck out of here, Deontay. It's no offense against Deontay, but he always tries to say this shit about how he's like this massive intellectual thinker. It's no offense, Deontay, but you're not an intellectual thinker. And to be honest with you, most of the shit that comes out of your mouth, it's more stupid and dense than what it is anything. There's a time and a place. Get the fuck out of here. If you truly believe that Tyson Fury actually cheated you, you would have completely brushed him off. And some people maybe would make the point, well, maybe Deontay Wilder didn't want to hurt his image or blah, blah, blah. Maybe there's a possible endorsement deal or an opportunity at Saudi Arabia and maybe he didn't want to ruin his image. And that's cool if you want to make that. I think that that's reaching a little bit, but those are possibilities. That's cool. You don't have to embrace him. You don't have to smile with him. You don't have to hug him. All you have to do is brush him off. Act like you never seen him. That's all you have to do. If you truly believe in the things morally that you said. And obviously you don't. And Errol Spence, in my view, that is more than likely what he also thought about as well, which is that if you're going to completely allege this stuff, then you stand by that stuff as a man. How much respect really can you earn when you show no consistency in the things that you allege? It would almost be like, if you had an older sister, if you had a sister, and both of you are grown adults, but, say that she alleges that that boyfriend, quote unquote, raped her. And you believe that there's a strong suspicion of that because you think that, he's a little bit of, a very guy that might carry demons on him. And then you tell people, yeah, you know what? I think that he raped my sister, and I hate that motherfucker and this and that. And I think that, he's a bad guy. Well, what if a year later, you were saying like, oh, hey, brother, what's going on? Even if he calls out to you first, oh, hey, brother, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't people be saying, what the fuck are you doing? That's the guy that raped your sister. What the hell are you embracing him for? Smiling with him for? Handshaking him for? That makes no sense. Like, come on, man. And Deontay Wilder has shown previously that he doesn't truly believe in this shit either. Just the way that he talked after the third fight and other shit that he said. Deontay Wilder really doesn't know where the fuck to go right now. Because once again, he's playing a character right now. He knows that he has to live up to this Black Panther-like figure. And when you feel like you have to live up to a character, especially to appease a certain fan base, that never ends up well.
Recorded on Ellie's channel. And Errol Spence saw this tweet and retweeted it and said a 3-letter word. Nah. And from that, people have begun and sparked and fueled the flames of a potential beef between Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder. Keep in mind,
there's no beef between Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence. Like I said, these channels, especially these LDBC and New Media Pro-Black channels, let's just be real. They keep trying to go on this narrative that, oh, they're just trying to get two brothers to fight and all this. That's not really the story. Like I said, I can give two shits about their alleged beef, and I don't think that there is any beef. The story is about how Deontay Wilder is limiting his growth for future potential. Because once again, when you feel that you have to live as a character and appease a certain fan base, I don't give a shit who you are, whether you're a YouTube channel like mine, or whether you're a fighter, or whether you're an athlete, whatever the hell you are. You limit your growth, and you pretty much are trapped there because then you pretty much have to appease your main fan base, which is mainly going to give you that money and going to mainly give you that attention.
They share the same fan base. Many people who rock with Wilder rock with Errol. Many people who rock with Errol rock with Wilder. And so this is what people love right here. They would love to tell you that there's beef or that Errol said, man, you tripping or whatever. Me, I don't need to decode this. I don't need to decipher this. How many videos did I talk about Wilder hugging Fury in? Show me the video that I made about Wilder hugging Fury. Who gives a fuck? Why do y'all...
Well, I personally give one because, once again, if you're a true man and if you're a person that, once again, and don't get me wrong, I think Deontay Wilder has done some great things in his life. He done some great things for his family and his daughter, especially when his back was put up against the wall, and he did it in a positive way. But it's no offense against Deontay Wilder, but he handled this situation like a coward. If you're, even though I would disagree with your allegations of, Tyson Fury cheated, if you're really going to stand by them, then stand by them. Deontay Wilder has not stood by them. At times he has, and then at times he hasn't, which tells me that you're too cowardly really to take a stand. Because at one side, you might be a little bit afraid to completely come out and say that he cheated and, act weird towards Tyson Fury because most people, they don't believe that he did. So either A, that's an option, or B, the more likely option is that you don't truly believe that Fury ever cheated you in the first place. But you have to live up to this character and try to appease your dipshit fan base.
Care about shit like that.
And out of any other professional boxing fan base that I've seen, the Deontay Wilder fan base might be the most pea-brain fan base that I've personally ever seen. But as certain people will say, you know their fans, or you'll know a fighter by their fans. Anyway,
Whether he hug him or y'all having debates about this like idiots. Like the most ignorant demographic of society.
look how emotional he's getting right here. Once again, there's no reason to get super emotional, but the reason why he's getting so damn emotional is because he's embarrassed a little bit as well, because he knows there's a little bit of truth to this in terms of Deontay Wilder not actually believing that he got cheated. These guys have been trying to die on this hill for so long, and they just look more stupid. But one thing I'll say is this: I at least have more respect for you, even though I would highly disagree. I would have more respect for you if you're going to keep on alleging this, and if you truly believe that, then being wishy-washy, and then at one point in time alleging it, then at one point not, and changing your energy in front of a man's face. like that shows me that that's a very cowardly move. I'm sorry.
Debate about something that matters. But y'all can't do that because you're filled with ignorance. You can't teach nobody nothing. You have no knowledge. You have no understanding. You don't have a piece of wisdom to drop around here.
I don't think anyone from the LDBC or new media should be talking about quote-unquote wisdom. Because there's no offense against these guys, but some of these guys are the biggest idiots I've ever seen in my life.
Rather debate over should he or shouldn't he have given him a hug. I don't care. Because that's Wilder's decision.
Yes, it is Wilder's decision. And once again, it was a very interesting decision. Once again, the reason why I care is because if you're going to allege all this shit, now, if it was just because they were two former opponents and allegedly nothing weird happened, it would be fine. There's no issue with that. If the conversation was about Errol Spence saying, "Oh no, I couldn't do that with the former opponent," I'd beat him down, or we're fighting right there. Obviously, that's a different situation. But Deontay Wilder has been alleging that Tyson Fury has been cheating now for what, 2 years, maybe more. So it's like, if you're going to allege all that shit, and if you're still going to someone allege that shit, what, your energy completely changes when all of a sudden you're in front of his face? That's what Errol Spence had a problem with, more than likely.
He said what he said, and he still fought Fury. He fought him 3 times. Made some of the best money of his life. He's seen him in public. Tyson Fury, if you didn't see it, he was like, bomb squad, bomb squad. Deontay Wilder was on a whole different path. But Fury wanted Wilder's attention.
The most difficult countries you can play in Supremacy 1914. When you start a new match in Supremacy...
And let's be honest, it may not be what it appeared to be on TV. Because at the end of the day, they broke bread together. No matter how you slice it or dice it, they broke bread together. They're probably still breaking bread together on the back end. So, of course, Wilder feel a certain way, but in that moment, he chose to embrace. And again, don't come in my comments talking about he should have embraced them or he shouldn't have embraced them. Who gives a fuck?
Well, once again, I personally do, because if you're going to be one of these dipshit channels that tries to allege something with no evidence whatsoever, this is a big part of it. And certain people may disagree. But once again, if Deontay Wilder truly believes that he got cheated, why do you keep going back and forth on it? Once again, someone who has concrete evidence and someone that actually knows what the fuck they're talking about, they don't go wishy-washy on it. Like when Miguel Cotto found out Antonio Margarito cheated and he had that picture of the plaster, there was no going back and forth. There was no saying like, oh, well, maybe it happened, maybe it didn't, blah, blah, blah. There was 100% knowing. And Deontay Wilder, a part of him wants to believe it. But he knows deep down that is not true.
Y'all be trying to live vicariously through these men.
I don't think you, out of any people, should be talking about that. Any of the LDBC and new media channels, they try to live vicariously through Deontay Wilder because they really want to be Deontay Wilder. They want to be a conqueror like Deontay Wilder. They want to conquer all the Caucasians that they hate slash love so much that they wish would just love them when it comes out. So I don't think overall that, you out of any people really should be talking about something like that. Because all the LDBC and new media channels, if you took a look at the way that they bitched and moaned about how Deontay Wilder lost, every single one of those channels is living vicariously through Deontay Wilder. So just shut the fuck up and quit being a hoe.
Like, if you act a certain way on the internet, you gonna get some extra kudos. Don't nobody know you, man.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody put shut up. So you can't shut up. Shut up. Anybody like you can shut up. Shut up. Ain't nobody know you, nigga. Nobody know you. I'm one of the best. Nobody know you, boy.
So I saw the tweet when it first dropped. Yesterday. During the day. You think I talked about it? No. It's a non-story. It's nothing to see here. But sure enough, all of the chatty patties, all of the gossip girls, everybody in the shade room, girl, had to come and pick it up and say, hey, they at odds. They beefing.
Well, once again, in my opinion, the Errol Spence versus Deontay Wilder thing, that's not really the main story here. The main story, once again, is how Deontay Wilder, he's limiting himself in terms of growth. And on top of that, he's limiting himself as a person. And he handled the situation very cowardly. That's really what the situation is about.
Based on what? How can you even decipher what Errol was responding to? There's so many ways you could say, nah. It's so many different ways. But at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I don't care to decipher the code, the nah, and I don't care to decipher the code, the hug. The hug heard around the world. Y'all been talking about this hug since the fight. Do you know how ridiculous y'all sound?
Right, you don't have time to decipher this, and you don't care to decipher this, but you'll decipher a bunch of bullshit about certain allegations about Tyson Fury that were never proven true. They can certainly decipher bullshit when they want to, but then when an actual good point comes up, all of a sudden they're like, oh, there's no story here. No, actually there is a story here, but it's only about Deontay Wilder.
Please tell me, do you know how stupid you appear to be? Actually, you're not appearing to be. You are. If I haven't debated a single soul about this and don't plan to. I can't wait to see y'all come in my comments talking about Wilder shouldn't have hugged him. Wilder should have hugged him. He shouldn't have hugged him. There's a time and place for everything. He did the right thing. He didn't do the. Who cares? It's not a topic. Now it's a topic because y'all aren't peeping the division. Don't nobody care about the hug or nut or whatever. No, they care about dividing.
They care about dividing. Listen, dude, and I'm not saying that certain people that are promoting the Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder quote-unquote beef, that they're quote-unquote dividing, all that's understandable. But for the certain people, once again, that are asking the same questions that I am, they don't really give a shit about dividing. But for the people that are alleging that this dude, quote-unquote, got cheated, his actions, you would certainly say that, he doesn't truly believe that. And they're trying to say, oh, people are just trying to divide us, their bullshit. And listen, maybe there might be a little bit of that with Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder. I don't know. I really don't give a shit. Once again, the main story here is that Deontay Wilder, that he obviously does not truly believe that he got cheated. And I might end this video because, to be honest with you, CHAMPSIDE, he's really not offering a whole lot other than yelling and acting like, a little child. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's see if he has anything else to offer.
They care about adding gasoline to flames just for a little bit of extra money, just for a little bit of likes and retweets. Can you retweet my tweet? Can you like my tweet? Can you like my video? Can you watch my video? There's a lack of creativity in the shade room because that's what boxing has become, the shade room. That's where
boxing has always been somewhat of the shade room. Whenever you have athletes and whenever you have a sports world, there's always going to be a little bit of shade because a lot of the times people try to tear down one fighter in order to debate, one over the other. And that's just going to happen naturally. At times, you are going to have to try and decipher one fighter's strengths and weaknesses compared to another fighter. But these guys love the bitch moan about how it's the shade room and all sort of bullshit. But once again, they can certainly throw shade at certain fighters that they love to tear down, like Canelo or Tyson Fury, blah, blah, blah. They certainly didn't mind throwing all that shade at Tyson Fury with no fucking evidence whatsoever about how he allegedly cheated. But then all of a sudden it comes to a story about Deontay Wilder and, oh, you guys are just acting like a bunch of girls and, chatty patties and all sort of bullshit. Like, come on, man. But it is what it is. Anyways, that's pretty much about it for this video because CHAMPSIDE really don't have anything else to offer in this one. I just thought that was interesting once again because this shows that Deontay Wilder, that he truly don't believe that he got cheated in my view. And that's a personal view of mine, at least in my view. But, it is what it is. But anyways, that's right about it. Hopefully Deontay Wilder grows past this. I doubt that he will for a very long time because Deontay Wilder, he's a very stubborn and a very strong-willed individual. And unfortunately right now he's trapped in that character of being Deontay X. Trying to be a social justice warrior for these type of guys. And that's not really going to work out for him. But anyways, that's really about it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to y'all later.